Gunshots, gunshots, gunshots. This is part two, man. See Diddy behind me? This is part two. Alright? We're talking about new footage on Diddy, Will Smith. Now they get making Justin Bieber and a whole bunch of other people. Sit back and listen, because this is a really nice movie that they're putting out. They're putting out their narrative of the movie, and you're gonna see when the indictment and the trial come, ain't none of this crap we talk about gonna be in it. They're gonna have the real facts. But this is the internet facts. If you subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you not subscribe and hit the notification bell. Cash App is on the screen. Hit that icon. Make sure it say it was created 2020 and cop the book of Ruin Harlem. Let's start this project. All right. All right, you know what it is. Unique Mecca Audio, man. We're going to start this up because I got things to do today, but I just wanted to get some extra content out to you to keep you moving, give y'all my reaction to all this YouTube crap, and that's what we going to call it. All right?
Let's rewind a bit. What relationship did Diddy have with Justin Bieber? What was Bieber doing spending so much time with Diddy as a teenager? And why is this raising concerns now? That's where we're heading next.
Please
so
do.
Don't go anywhere. Early connection between Diddy and Bieber. The relationship between Sean Diddy Combs and Justin Bieber stretches back to when Bieber was a teenager, and it has now come under heavy scrutiny. When Bieber was only 15, he found himself spending time with Diddy, who was over 40 at the time. One of the most discussed moments from their time together is a resurfaced 2009 video where Diddy talks about how he was given custody of Bieber for 48 hours.
I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me, so,
Diddy even jokes about going full crazy and not being able to disclose what they were doing during the time. Although at the time, this might have seemed harmless to some, in light of the serious allegations against Diddy, fans are revisiting these moments with growing concern. Several videos have resurfaced in the wake of Diddy's sex trafficking charges, and fans are now viewing them in a much darker light. In the 2009 clip, Diddy makes cryptic remarks about spending time with Bieber, which many find unsettling. Diddy, an established industry mogul, referring to Bieber as being under his custody, has raised serious questions, especially now that Diddy faces allegations of exploiting vulnerable individuals. Another clip from a 2016 party has also gone viral, in which Bieber, visibly awkward, smiles as Diddy talks about their plans to go out and get some girls. While these moments were perhaps brushed off at the time as part of Bieber's rise in the entertainment industry, they now add fuel to conspiracy theories about what was really happening behind the scenes. Fans are questioning why a teenager was spending so much time in such situations with someone far older, and whether Bieber might have been taken advantage of. The reaction from fans in the media has been swift and critical. On platforms like X, formerly Twitter, users are expressing their shock, calling the videos creepy and disturbing. Some fans are openly wondering why no one stepped in to protect Bieber during his teenage years, particularly given Diddy's influence and wealth. Bieber's apparent discomfort in the resurfaced clips has only added to the concern, with many seeing it as a sign that something more sinister may have been happening. Despite the growing attention surrounding these videos and the charges against Diddy, Justin Bieber has remained conspicuously silent. Sources close to him suggest that Bieber is focused on his family and personal life, especially after recently becoming a father. However, fans are left speculating about the reasons behind his silence. Given Bieber's traumatic experiences in the music industry, which he has spoken about in the past, some wonder if there is more to the story than meets the eye. Bieber's decision to not publicly address the issue has left a gap that fans and critics alike are eager to fill. Whether he is avoiding the controversy to protect his own mental health or to distance himself from Diddy's legal troubles remains unclear. Still, his silence only adds more layers to the mystery surrounding his past relationship with Diddy.
Let me ask y'all this, right? Y'all think the feds are gonna pull him in to question him? Put it in the comments. You know, we like to keep the content going and the comments moving. Y'all think, because they said that Justin is probably trying to distance himself from Diddy's legal trouble. Justin, you already wrapped up in it. They from, the allegations, they violated you. You know they violated you. You know what I mean? Because I've seen the videos. I can see it in your eyes, the way you move, that, you know what I mean? You got a lot of demons, young man. And to grow up in the music industry with all that money, you're not supposed to have those type of demons that a young man like you exhibited from your eyes from me watching these videos. Let's go.
But while fans speculate, the legal case against Diddy continues to evolve. In the next chapter, we'll dive into the latest bombshell testimonies and new developments that could send shockwaves through the entire music industry. Could these new testimonies reveal more high-profile names involved? What other shockwaves might these developments send across the entertainment industry? Stick around, because it's about to get even more explosive.
Who do y'all think the other names is going to be in there? Put the names in there. Everybody put the names in there who you think is going to be the list of, who's going to be in these freak-offs and in the indictment.
Broader news about the case and new developments showing Diddy Combs' legal issues reached a new height in September 2024, when he was formally arrested and charged with sex trafficking, racketeering, and running a criminal enterprise. The charges stemmed from a long-running investigation that began in 2023 after Cassie Ventura, Diddy's former girlfriend, filed a lawsuit accusing him of years of physical and sexual abuse. Federal authorities raided Diddy's homes in Beverly Hills and Miami, uncovering disturbing evidence that tied him to a network of exploitation.
Yo, do y'all think Justin and King, being that they was there the day was arrested, and so we know they was in the crib, do you think they knew about the 1,000 bottles of baby oil that didn't say Pops? What are you, bugging? What are you doing with all this baby oil? Sit back, son. You don't know nothing about this shit. This is for the freak off. The what off? The freak off. So do y'all think that they seen this baby oil, or they confronted him about this baby oil, and what was his response, and what was their question to him about why you got 1,000 bottles of baby oil in lube, Pop? You only one man. That's a lifetime of baby oil for anybody else. The parties be big, son. Everybody come to my joints. They even pay me to come to my joints. But the media is saying that you forced them. Forced? I got receipts that they wired me money to come to my joints. And now you never know what receipts Diddy gonna pull out. Sit back, I'm telling you, I'm giving you a unique perspective.
One of the most significant elements of Diddy's legal battle is the growing number of testimonies from alleged victims. Some victims have claimed they were coerced into participating in freak-off parties, events allegedly orchestrated by Diddy that involved drugs, manipulation, and sexual exploitation. These testimonies provide a detailed and disturbing account of the culture of abuse that Diddy allegedly fostered within his inner circle. Perhaps most shockingly, some male sex workers have come forward with claims of exploitation, complicating the case even further. Their accounts point to a broader, more systematic form of abuse, where both men and women were subjected to Diddy's control. These testimonies could be pivotal in securing a conviction, especially given the weight of the accusations.
Who's that, y'all? Who's that? Who's that?
There has also been significant discussion around the broader implications of the case for the entertainment industry.
Who do you recognize in these pictures?
Some argue that Diddy's arrest is part of a larger reckoning within the music world, echoing the impact of the #MeToo movement on Hollywood. They say the power dynamics at play are finally being exposed, and more individuals might soon be held accountable for years of unchecked abuse. As the legal proceedings move forward, there are a few possible outcomes for Diddy. Some legal experts believe that, given the severity of the charges and the growing pile of evidence, Diddy may seek a plea deal to avoid the lengthy and damaging process of a full trial.
Now, do you think Diddy should get a plea deal, or you think they should hang him by his... Do you think Diddy should get a plea deal? And for you gangsters out there, Do you think Diddy should cooperate to save his? Put it in the comments, because I know y'all ain't scared of talking them comments. Put it in the comments if you think Diddy should talk, or if you think Diddy's gonna talk, or if you would talk if you was Diddy. Let's keep it gangster.
If he does go to trial and is convicted, he could face decades in prison, effectively ending his career and leaving his legacy in tatters. On the other hand, Diddy's legal team is working tirelessly to challenge the charges, claiming that the allegations are part of a coordinated effort to tarnish his name. They have suggested that Diddy is a target because of his wealth and influence. So, what does this mean for Diddy's once untouchable career? And is there a deeper connection linking him to other high-profile figures with similar allegations? That's exactly what we're about to explore as we dive into Diddy's unsettling links to Jeffrey Epstein.
Let's go.
The Epstein connection. Now let's dive into one of the most shocking aspects of the Diddy case, the growing conspiracy theories linking him to Jeffrey Epstein. Both men stand accused of deeply disturbing operations involving the exploitation and manipulation of vulnerable individuals, which has led many to draw parallels between their cases. First off, the accusations against Diddy share some eerie similarities to those levied against Epstein. Both men are alleged to have used their wealth, power, and vast networks to exploit women and young people. Epstein's notorious parties on his private island involved high-profile guests, underage girls, and allegations of sexual trafficking on an international scale. Diddy, while not accused of the same kind of global trafficking, is said to have hosted similar freak-off parties, where drugs, manipulation, and sexual abuse were rampant. Some conspiracy theorists argue that Diddy's parties were smaller scale but reflected the same power dynamics and exploitation as Epstein's infamous gatherings. In both cases, we see a pattern of using social influence to draw in not only victims but other powerful individuals who either turned a blind eye or participated. For many conspiracy theorists, the parallels are too striking to ignore. Conspiracies run wild when high-profile figures like Diddy and Epstein are involved, largely because of the secrecy surrounding their personal.
Yo, is that Paris Hilton? Somebody put in the comments, man, because a lot of these people, I don't really recognize their faces like that.
Lives and the hidden nature of their alleged crimes. In the case of Epstein, leaked flight logs and testimonies revealed a long list of famous guests, from politicians to actors. The question some are now asking is, was Diddy on that list?
Yo, no, I want to know, right? I want to know, right? Let's get a real question up here, right? Epstein had all these politicians and everything else that was going on. So while he got all this that's going on, I just want to know why they haven't released the names yet. Okay, he passed. Isn't that freedom of information? Or they're too big and they know how to cover it up? Y'all talk to me and let me know something, man.
Could he have been involved in similar activities? As of now, no one has uncovered any verifiable proof of Diddy visiting Epstein's island. But in the court of public opinion, that hasn't stopped the rumors from spreading. Some argue that the legal trouble Diddy now finds himself in could be a result of trying to cover up connections to a much larger, more sinister network, a theory that draws disturbing parallels to how Epstein operated before his arrest.
Well, I have kept this secret for like 14 years. I mean, the first time I experienced it was 2010.
One of the most gripping conspiracy theories about both Diddy and Epstein is the idea that they ran blackmail networks. In Epstein's case, it's widely speculated that his lavish parties were a front for a larger operation designed to capture compromising material on the rich and powerful. Hidden cameras, secret recordings, and vulnerable guests.
Hey, yo, that's some next level ish right there. You throw a freak off, you offer what America is turned out on, SEX, and then you capture them. And when you capture them, you turn around, you understand? And use that to blackmail them. Man, that's a sinister plot. That's all I got to say.
These were allegedly used to exert control over high-profile individuals. Similarly, some conspiracy theorists believe that Diddy's freak-off parties could have served the same purpose. The theory goes that these parties weren't just for Diddy's pleasure, but were elaborate traps set up to blackmail
Yo, look at the big wigs in that joint.
others. The events were allegedly recorded, with video evidence of powerful guests engaging in illegal or immoral acts. This supposed leverage could be used for business deals, political favors, or simply as insurance to keep people loyal. Of course, like many conspiracy theories, this one is rooted in speculation rather than concrete evidence. But given Epstein's well-known use of blackmail, many believe Diddy might have adopted a similar strategy.
You know what they said? This joint is it's with conspiracy theories. So they already know. We won't know what really happened until the government come out, and you better believe I'm going to be in the trial live over here. But they ain't going to show it because it's the feds. But you know what I mean? We're going to have a lot of content and a lot of unique opinions and reactions.
Using his influence to manipulate not just victims,
Whoa.
but fellow
Look, that's Diddy. Uh-oh. That's a public event. Does it look like he's forcing those girls? I don't know. I'm just asking.
celebrities and business leaders. But this conspiracy goes deeper. Could Diddy's downfall be linked to powerful figures trying to cover up their own involvement? And are there more connections between Diddy and Epstein that have yet to surface? Follow along as we look into how Epstein's mysterious death may have set the stage for the danger Diddy now faces behind bars.
You think they'll body Diddy like they did Epstein?
Epstein's death and risks for Diddy in jail. Let's talk about one of the most controversial elements in the Diddy case, the risks he faces while in jail, and how it mirrors the situation of Jeffrey Epstein before his death. The parallels between their cases have fueled even more speculation and conspiracy theories. Jeffrey Epstein's death in 2019 at the Metropolitan Correctional Center, or MCC in Manhattan, sparked intense controversy. Officially, his death was ruled as self-inflicted, but from the start, many people suspected foul play.
Breaking news this hour, officials say multimillionaire Jeffrey Epstein has taken his own life.
Epstein, who was facing sex trafficking charges involving minors, had powerful connections across politics, entertainment, and finance. The idea that he could have been murdered to protect others involved in his criminal activities spread quickly. The fact that Epstein had previously been on watch but wasn't monitored properly at the time of his death only added to the public's distrust of the official story. Many believe he was silenced to protect high-profile individuals linked to his trafficking ring. Now, fast forward to 2024, and we see similar concerns rising with Diddy.
Let me ask y'all this, right? We see Diddy there. Let me ask y'all this, right? What do you think, right? Let me bring this up. Let's go in the jail cell. What do you think is going through Diddy's mind while he's sitting in that jail cell, knowing that he's looking at the rest of his life, knowing that his 48 million, 50 million total, $48 million house can't get him out. He thought he was going to impress the government with a little $48 million house. Dog, they're coming to get the billion. The house is coming to them anyway. So you better put more and sweeten the pot at the next trial. I guarantee you these new lawyers is going to tell Diddy, stop being cheap, dog. You're going to die in prison. You know what I mean? Your kids are going to be paupers by the time they're done with them, you know? So let's stop the games. Let's put up some money, get you out of here so that you could do what you need to do to try and move things with the best, financial movers to hide the bag as possible. This is where we at, so you understand. It's a trying time. You think Diddy will take his life in the cell? Like Epstein? Or you think they'll body him? Like the conspiracy theories in the Epstein case? Somebody put in the comments, somebody let me know, because I need to know what's going on right now, because I'm a little confused. I'm trying to keep up with what's going on, because this whole thing right here is a whole new ball game for me.
After his arrest on charges of sex trafficking and racketeering, he was placed in the Metropolitan Detention Center, or MDC in Brooklyn, a facility notorious for harsh conditions and previous incidents of inmates taking their own lives. As with Epstein, people are worried about Diddy's safety while he awaits trial. Could Diddy be at risk of being silenced the same way conspiracy theorists believe Epstein was? These questions have been floating around online, with some even using the term Epstein to describe the potential danger Diddy faces while in custody.
The biggest thing with all this is he gonna get Epsteined.
There had to be some real celebrities that were there.
Well,
right?
he has
Involved?
tapes on people.
In response to these concerns, Diddy has been placed on watch, despite reports that he isn't showing any signs of self-harm tendencies. According to his legal team, the decision is routine for high-profile inmates facing serious charges, and it's meant as a precautionary measure. But many are skeptical, viewing it as eerily similar to what happened to Epstein. So, what is being done to ensure Diddy's safety? Since his arrest, Diddy has been under close watch at the MDC, a facility that has been criticized for its unsafe conditions. The jail has struggled with violence, poor staffing, and several instances of self-harm in recent years. To mitigate the risks, Diddy has been placed in a special housing unit, or SHU, which provides heightened security and isolation from the general inmate population. These units are designed to protect inmates at risk of harm, either from themselves or others. In addition to his placement in the SAHU, Diddy is being monitored 24/7 by prison staff. This includes regular checks, constant video surveillance, and the use of a safety smock, a garment that cannot be used for self-harm. These measures are intended to prevent any incidents, especially given the high-profile nature of his case and the global attention it has drawn. However, while these precautions are in place, the Metropolitan Detention Center itself has been described as hell on earth by former inmates and critics alike. Reports detail overcrowding, frequent lockdowns, and a lack of basic services, raising concerns about whether the facility is truly equipped to prevent another tragic incident like Epstein's. Diddy's legal proceedings. It all started in September 2024, when federal authorities arrested him in New York on serious charges: sex trafficking, racketeering, and more. According to the indictment, Diddy allegedly ran a criminal enterprise for years that used his business empire, Bad Boy Entertainment, to facilitate these activities. We're talking forced labor, sexual exploitation, and even intimidation tactics to keep everything under wraps. These freak-off parties, which Diddy reportedly organized, were said to be wild, drug-fueled events where vulnerable people were exploited. But this isn't just about one or two incidents. The indictment suggests this behavior goes back years, potentially as far back as the early 2000s. For nearly a year, Diddy had already been battling multiple civil lawsuits accusing him of sexual misconduct. Things escalated when federal investigators raided his properties, turning up disturbing evidence of a larger network of abuse. So what's the fallout? Well, Diddy's career has been flipped upside down. His business empire, including Bad Boy Records and ventures like Ciroc Vodka, has come under intense scrutiny. Not to mention, the credibility and legacy he spent decades building are now at risk of being completely dismantled. And despite his legal team insisting he's innocent, Diddy has been denied bail. Twice.
Back in federal court today in Manhattan, this time trying to secure bail. The music mogul was denied bail yesterday.
Yeah, come on, man. Come on.
Prosecutors are, but given Epstein's well-known use of blackmail, many believe.
We're going to pause it there, man. And this is where we're going to tap it out. I'm going to get my closing statement. Diddy in a lot of trouble. Diddy in a lot of trouble. I sat in these federal courtrooms. I know how they play these games. Diddy in a lot of trouble, man. Yo, if you subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you're not subscribed, subscribe and hit the notification bell. Cash App is on the screen. Make sure you hit the icon and say it was created in 2020. Help me elevate this system even more. I appreciate y'all. And thank you, everyone, for the donations, for watching, for coming through, for the likes, the subscription, the notification bell. You all deserve a round of applause. All right.
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
Ayo, weekend of 26. He back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, Mecca audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was wine. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spend a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. They be whoring uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now he trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend an ear. He started in uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community ours. So we can